Well, hello and welcome to Beat the Reset. My name is Tim and I am the guy in the hat. And today I have with me my very good friend and associate, Sam from Adams Bullion. How are you, Sam?
Fantastic as always, Tim. Thanks for having me. It's great to be back with you again.
And great to have you here, my friend. Now, today we're going to talk about a topic. We've had a bit of a breakthrough with regards to trading assets outside the system. And we're going to be talking about that today, specifically about trading commodities for digital assets and vice versa. But before we get to that, Sam, just once again, if you could just explain to people who are new to this, really what is your background, and let's just start there. What is it you do and what is your background?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am the Director of Operations here at Adams Bullion. That's a business I started with my business partner, John Adams, the Australian economist, most famous for helping to defeat the cash ban back in 2020 when the government tried to make any transaction in cash over $10,000 illegal and punishable by jail. So he fought for the financial freedoms of all Australians, including myself, which made me quite a fan of his, and a few years later here we are running a bullion dealer together. Now, in terms of my past, I've worked in the financial services industry for over 5 years now across a number of different roles. Started off in algorithmic trading, so helping to build algorithms for clients to trade the markets for them. After that, I worked across CFD brokers, so CFD stands for Contracts for Difference. It's essentially leverage trading on the markets. Some would consider it gambling. I would consider it close to a casino. After that, I worked at the Australian Stock Report, helping clients pick equities or stocks to put into their portfolio. And then I've worked in bullion dealing as well. So at another bullion dealer, previous to the one that I've started up now with John Adams. And the rest is history. Here we are. So, yeah, a range of different roles across the financial services industry, ending up in bullion dealing.
Yeah, and look, I think you're the perfect guy, excuse me, to talk about the topic we're about to talk about today, which, of course, is bullion to digital and back to bullion again. Mm-hmm. So since I announced this on the channel, we've had a lot of interest, and people are really wanting to know not only how I should do it, but why I should do it. Like, when would I ever do this? Like, that's another question. So let's start, first of all, with the how. So what actually happens? So somebody comes to you, they've got gold bars, they've got silver bars. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to hand the reins over to you. Tell us what happens. Somebody comes in with a gold or silver bar and says, look, I don't want an EFT transfer. I don't want physical cash, but I would like to trade this for example, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Let's start there. How does it work?
Absolutely. So first steps first is to come in with your gold and silver. Or actually, before that, let me say that we work with Stormrake. That's a crypto broker here in Melbourne for this. So you would have to set up an account with Stormrake. It doesn't take very long, 10 minutes at most kind of thing. Once you've set up your account, then you're ready to go. You can bring your bullion into the store. I test it like I do all bullion that I buy back. I lock in a price for you, provide you a purchase order for that. And then at that point, instead of giving you either cash or bank transfer like I normally would for a sellback, I will then transfer the amount of funds that I owe you for that sellback over to Stormrake. Now, you can hop on the phone with the guys at Stormrake, Bisha, give them a call, say, hey, look, I've obviously received these number of dollars into my account from Adams Bullion. I'd like to buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever other cryptocurrencies they've got that you'd like to buy. You let them know, and then bang, as simple as that. You've got your crypto in your Stormrake account, paid for by the metals that you've sold to Adams Bullion. And it also works the other way as well. We've already had our first transaction the other way, where essentially you've got your crypto with Stormrake. Maybe you've bought it through them or you've transferred it to them, however you've got it. You call into Adams Bullion, you say, hey, I'd like to place an order. We go through the process together. I create an invoice for you and I send it off. And instead of making payment on that invoice like you would normally, either via bank transfer or with cash, I then send that invoice off to Stormrake and they make payment to me via bank transfer by selling your crypto out of your account. Now, of course, you've got to give them the go ahead to do this, the permission per se. But that's it. There's, it's very simple, very easy. There's nothing that goes through bank feeds or anything like that in terms of your bank feed. It's all asset to asset swap directly, and Stormrake and Adams Bullion take care of the rest.
So I guess the next question is the why question. So here I have a gold bar now, or a silver bar, and I come back into you, and there are now 3 options. There used to be, I believe, 2, which I think was bank transfer to fiat currency, physical cash. Now we've got this third option. Why do you think somebody would choose to transfer to BTC? What could be an advantage? What type of person does that?
Yes, what a question. So look, I'll quickly mention that I've been trading crypto for quite a while now. I first started trading crypto back in 2017, which is 7 years ago now. So it's something I'm quite familiar with. Look, in terms of why people would want to move back and forth between crypto and the precious metals, I can completely understand why myself. Given the volatility of the crypto space, how much it can move both upwards and downwards, I think that really generates a lot of interest in the crypto space. I like to say with crypto that you can make and lose a lot of money very quickly, which is appealing to some, including myself. Now, why you'd want to move back and forth? Well, let me just take a step back here and reconsider what crypto and precious metals are in comparison to each other. I think of these two assets as different ends of the risk curve or the risk spectrum. So gold and silver being the lowest risk investments that you can make, in my humble opinion, versus crypto being one of the highest risk investments you can make, given the volatility in the space, how much the price of Bitcoin or crypto can move in a day. So if you wanted to take more risk on your portfolio, if you saw a crypto bull market unfolding and you wanted to get into the action, then you may want to come in and swap some of your precious metals for some crypto. And if you were thinking that the bull run in crypto is coming to an end, that you think a bear market in crypto might be coming, well, then at that point in time, you may wish to take your crypto profits and run, keeping in mind that Bitcoin in bear markets can drop 75% or more. So if you'd like to save yourself from a 75% drop at the end of a crypto bull market, then you can take those profits and put them in something much stabler and safer, like precious metals. And the beauty is, say that you do, sell the top of a crypto bull market and bring those funds across into precious metals. Well, during the duration of the bear market, while you're waiting out that big 75% or more drop, your precious metals can be performing for you to the upside. And then, ideally speaking here, of course, ideally, you could use your gold and silver that has been going up to buy crypto that has been going down at the bottom of the bear market. So something I'll mention here, a lot of crypto people do talk about the importance of hodling, of just holding your Bitcoin throughout the bull market and the bear market and not selling. Look, I can understand why you do that, particularly if you're not very good at timing crypto bull markets and bear markets. If you don't know when the bull market's going to end, if you don't know when the bear market's coming, then it can be quite difficult to figure out when to sell. But holding an asset that drops 75% in value can be very, very painful. I've seen many, many people be quite hurt by buying the top of a crypto bull market and then sitting through a crypto bear market. I mean, I've got an example in my head where I've got a friend of mine, and at the top of the 2017 crypto bull market, he had $750,000 worth of altcoins, quite a substantial crypto stack per se. Now, he held that basket of altcoins all the way through to the 2018-2019 bear market bottom, and he had $7,000 left at the end of it. So, if you'd like to save yourself from that kind of pain during the bear market, then you may want to sit the bear market out in something like precious metals, wait for the bottom of the bear market to come in, and then move them back over again. So that's the value prospect I see in this. Is if you're a crypto person, you love to trade crypto, and you want to take some profits at the end of the bull market, I couldn't think of a better way to do it or a better place to put it than precious metals. And then you can come back in at the bottom of the bear market, buy it back up with your precious metals, and then wait for the next bull market to come. So I do see it as a way of not holding your wealth in dollars, because look, that's a problem that a lot of crypto guys have when it comes time to taking profits. Is I don't believe in the dollar. I don't want to hold dollars. It makes me uncomfortable to hold a lot of dollars in my bank account, which I completely understand. Leaving the question of, well, where else do you put it during that bear market period? And that's why we're so proud to offer this solution, is that if you want to trade back and forth between one of the highest risk assets there are and the safest asset there is, for whatever reason you see fit, well, then we've got that infrastructure in place now.
Just explain. It's fairly easy, in your opinion. How simple is this, in your opinion?
It is extremely easy. We've designed this process to be as easy and as thoughtless as possible on the client's end. So you bring your metals into me, I lock in a price for you, I send the funds off to Stormrake, you tell Stormrake what to buy. That's an extremely simple process from the client's end. They don't have to worry about much there. And in the other way as well, if you got your crypto with Stormrake and you want to buy some precious metals with me, you call in, place an order like you would normally. Stormrake sends the funds across once you tell them that you're happy for them to sell it and that you need to move some across to Adam's Bullion. And it's extremely simple from that end as well. So it really takes out a lot of the headaches and a lot of the thinking from it, and really simplifies it so that it's something easy for people to do.
Yeah, what a solution. Now, I get a lot of people on my channel a little bit confused. They hear around the place called the internet, which is an interesting place, as you know, that Bitcoin is largely like gold anyway. So, what is the advantage? Why? I guess I wanted just you to draw on your own experiences having been in commodities and cryptos. Is Bitcoin and gold the same thing, in your opinion?
Look, I can understand why people draw a lot of similarities between them, and particularly amongst the kind of people that invest in each of those asset classes. There is a huge overlap in the way that people think. A lot of the gold community and the crypto community can agree on our mutual distaste for central banks and for fiat currencies that get printed out of thin air. We can both agree that that's a problem, and each community has its own chosen solution to that problem. So I'll start off with the common ground there between crypto and precious metals. Now, having said all that, I don't think that Bitcoin is gold. Look, you can think of it as a digital payment mechanism outside of the system, which I absolutely do, but that doesn't make it gold. Gold is a commodity. Gold has held value for over 5,000 years and has been tried and tested throughout history in hyperinflationary scenarios, and historically speaking is the best asset to hold during a hyperinflation. Whereas Bitcoin, in my mind, because it hasn't been through 5,000 years of history, because we haven't seen it perform during a hyperinflationary collapse of the world reserve currency, then it's very hard to call it the same thing. There's a lot of speculation as to how it'll perform during a hyperinflation, but it's just that, speculation. We've got no history to go off there. So, and believe me, this is not me bashing crypto at all. I've done quite well out of trading crypto on a personal level. It's very exciting. It's very fun. The volatility can be amazing if you know what you're doing in crypto. As I said earlier, you can make a lot of money or you can lose a lot of money in crypto. So it is very exciting. But that's not what gold is. Gold is safety. Gold is stability. Gold is holding its value for 5,000 years. That's not what crypto is. So again, going back, I can understand the similarities between the two, particularly the similarities between the kind of people that buy each of those asset classes. There's a lot of overlap there, but I wouldn't call them the same thing by any stretch.
And just finally on that risk, gold risk versus BTC risk, what's the difference in the risk of these two assets?
Well, I think of it as a matter of, there's a few different ways to think of that risk. The first of which is price risk. So look, with crypto, the price of crypto is extremely, extremely volatile. Even if you look at just Bitcoin, the biggest of the cryptos, during a bear market, Bitcoin has dropped and will almost definitely drop again 75 to 80% during a bear market. Now, gold has its bear markets as well, but it doesn't drop like that during a bear market. The other side of it is you go, again, further up the risk curve in crypto towards the altcoins and things like that. Then during a bear market, you're talking over a 95% drop. You know, in that kind of scenario, that's nothing like gold. Gold will never lose 95% of its value. You know, it's not what it is. So the price risk of crypto is way higher than precious metals, which crypto people can argue means that the potential for upside is much higher as well, because you're taking on this massive amount of risk. So, yeah, bringing it back, gold, the price of gold is not very volatile. Look, it does fluctuate, obviously. Everybody who's invested in precious metals can understand that, but it doesn't fluctuate to the same degree that that crypto does. And one thing I'll also mention in terms of different risks as well, beyond just price risk, with crypto, you've got the risk of people hacking crypto out of your wallet, in the same way that in precious metals you've got the risk of people breaking into your house and trying to steal your precious metals. So there's slightly different versions of a similar risk there. The key difference I've got in my mind there is that I'm not a tech whiz per se. I'm no coder or anything like that. I'm no cybersecurity expert, but I do know how to secure my premises that I live in, and I've got vaulting solutions as well for precious metals. So in my mind, I've got ways that I can mitigate the risk of someone trying to steal my precious metals. Whereas with crypto, I mean, I've had crypto hacked out of my crypto accounts before. To think that it could never happen again would be naive on my end. So that's another risk to consider there, is the possibility of someone hacking your crypto out of your crypto wallet. I've got plenty of friends it's happened to. One of them lost $1 million having it hacked out of his account. And that's something that I do caution people with cryptocurrencies. Again, not telling people not to buy it. You want to be aware of all the risks when you go into it, making sure you're going into it with your eyes open.
Fantastic. All right. Well, that's incredible insight as usual, Sam, explaining to us how we can trade commodities for digital and back outside the system, trading the different risks and so on. You've really explained it well. It's available. It's between Sam, of course, and Stormrake. So if you've got metals out there and you want to trade them for Bitcoin, you can do it, or the other way around, Bitcoin back into metals. What a fabulous solution, one we're very excited to announce here now, happening. Sam, thanks for coming in again. Well, I came in actually to you. Thanks for being on Beat the Reset again on this fabulous podcast and giving us your information. It's invaluable. Your knowledge is exceptional. And we will be getting you back for more of these conversations. And as I always say to everybody, make sure you're looking after your health, which is your number one commodity, your family, of course. And as always, make good choices.